Do you remember the first movie you ever saw in the theater?
Yes, I was thinking about it today. I have a poster of it it's called Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
Which theater did you see that in?
Oh, it wasn't a city, it was what we called journeymen. They came around with the film and they showed this one in the school. It would be like 1936, 7. I was 5 years old and I can remember scenes from it.
And you just hooked the moment you saw.
Yeah, I was hooked. I have what we call the one sheets. I have 1,200 of those, and they're all original. And the ones that are like 7 feet tall by 4 feet, I have 150 of those. And the ones that are 7 feet by 7 feet, I have 50 of those. So it's like 1,500 or more. I guess, as Sherlock Holmes said, when in doubt, go back to the beginning. They had what they called journeymen. They came around with a projector and showed movies in different locations. Burnsville, they did it in the courthouse. In Pensacola, we started out in the school. I don't know if all of you know where Pensacola is. Not Florida. 10 miles up the road. The principal was Dawson Briggs, and he got kind of tired of coming from Burnsville to open up the school for them. So they had to find a new spot, and the only thing that big was an old store, and it was abandoned. It didn't have any seats, but it had lots of nail kegs. So they put 3 nail kegs down and a board on it, and they had rows of that, and that's why we called it the Nail Keg Theater. And to get money to come to the nail keg, you'd hold corn, anything to get a quarter. And then another way that, which wasn't legal, I guess, but that you could sell a chicken to the store in Pensacola and get money. But this guy, they put it in a coop back behind the store. Now he got one out and took it around and sold it.
So yeah, how long have you been collecting these posters?
Oh gosh, I guess the first ones I got back in the 40s.
And you just, once you got them, you just kept going.
I keep them. I never sell anything. I guess when the war came along, a lot of people were drafted and the young men went into the service and the older people went north working in the defense plants. And the people who were bringing the movies around stopped, and that was the end of the Nail Keg Theater. It's gone now. It's not. They tore it down years ago. The Yancey Theater opened in 1939. And the first movie I ever saw there was Kitty Foyle. It was not a kiddie movie, it was a romantic thing. And she won the Academy Award for that, so it had quality, I guess. And I have a poster of it, but it's kind of not too good a shape. Because posters in those days went with the film. So you got it, you put up your posters and you sent the film back, the poster went with it, and someone else got it and they put it up, so they were worn. The older ones are better than the new ones there. Those jumped out at you when you see one. These now, there's more flash than, they're just dull looking, I think. But the things I remember about the Yancey was I had my date with my wife. The first time I took her out, we went to the Yancey and saw The Thing. She didn't know she was getting involved with The Thing, but that was 1951. And we've been married 69 years now. So. And I guess I went into the Air Force then in 1952, so that was the end of my Yancey theater. Now, when I was in B-29 Gunnery School in 1952, they came to Denver, Colorado to make the Glenn Miller story. I can see myself in the movie because when Frances Langford came out, there was a group went up to get autographs from her. And I can see the back of my head now. But I did sneak a camera in and I got Jimmy Stewart's picture. But I got kind of bored and I wandered around looking at the bomber from the back and all. And Jimmy Stewart came out with his trombone and ready to go on. I said, "You flew one of these in World War II, didn't you?" And he said, "No, it was B-24. Now get out of my face." No, he didn't say that. He was nice. I left him alone anyway.
Favorite movie? Favorite, not maybe even poster, but
They're
just...
like children. You love them all. But some of the older ones, you know, way back there.
Just going way back.
Humphrey Bogart's Maltese Falcon.
Do you just plan to keep going? Just to plan to keep collecting, or?
I don't know if I have room. I've got them stored all over. They're in my closet, my basement. I have a building in town. They're in it. It's like a drug addict. And if you remember the Maltese Falcon, where Humphrey Bogart in the last scene has the falcon, and someone asked him, "What's it made of?" that everybody wanted it. And he kind of rubbed it and said, "It's the stuff that dreams are made of." Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits and have vanished into air, into thin air. And like the basic fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, even the great globe itself, all that is inherent will dissolve. And like this unsubstantiable pageant faded, leave not a trace behind. For we are the stuff that dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.